Perth couple's gone off the grid. They left their day jobs behind 4 years ago to travel the world and haven't looked back despite a horror crash that almost ended their dreams. Lee and Stephanie Durl live out of their car, partly funding their lifestyle with income from their YouTube channel.
Amid the otherworldly moonscape of the Sahara Desert in Morocco, a solitary vehicle cuts through the dunes. This is Bear, the kitted out Land Rover Defender that's home to global nomads Lee and Stephanie Durl. From frozen summits to Georgian castles, the energy of central Paris to the solitude of a cliff face in Turkey, Bear has taken the French-Australian couple to some of the most remote and awe-inspiring corners of the world.
Isn't that just incredible? It's surreal. It's something very special to see.
Keen climbers, the pair left behind their 9-to-5 life 4 years ago.
We were rock climbing so much and spending so much time away from our apartment that we had rented. We were just sort of, it was a gradual thing. We're like, look, why don't we just do this full time?
By shedding their possessions and living off their savings, Lee and Stephanie committed to permanent travel. But just months into their trip, disaster struck.
Yeah, I'm fine. I'm okay, sweetie.
Hit head-on by a speeding truck while driving through Portugal, they thought their dream was over.
Baby, please. There's nothing we can do. You okay?
In 1 second, you realise your life can change.
Determined to keep going, they rebuilt, hitting the road again 6 months later. They've since travelled through more than 50 countries and had countless adventures. But for the couple, meeting and engaging with the locals is the best part of their journey.
People are just so nice and welcoming, and you go to a little village in the middle of Uzbekistan, and next thing you are dancing with those people, and they offer you tea and bread that they've made. We just share some amazing moments that are here forever.
Lee and Stephanie's travels are partly funded by their popular YouTube channel, GrizzlyNbear, which they hope inspires others. They say it's easier and cheaper than what people think.
It is definitely becoming more of a popular thing to do.
As for what's next,
just keep going.
Yeah, we don't want to stop.
Until we get sick of it, but I don't think we will.
Won't.
Claire Durl for 10 News First.
Living the dream.
So we met 10 years ago. It was in Thailand. I was on holiday with my girlfriend.
Oh, I've got no chance. She's French. This was the first thing I remember thinking. I got the courage up. I went over and asked if I could join her and her friend for a drink, and they said, we don't speak English. We had this dream to, I think a lot of people's dream, buy an old French ruin and do it up and make a bed and breakfast. We did have plans of settling down for a little while.
And then we actually no, we want to keep traveling.
Why don't we just do this full time? Let's live in our car.
Yeah, let's do it.
Everything we own is in our car. We don't have stuff in storage anywhere else. That's it. There's no furniture, no television, no nothing. If we haven't used something for 6 months or more,
it has to
go.
goes. I'm pretty good at it.
Marie Kondo would be.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Who's Grizzly and who's Bear? Yeah.
You guys.
We said no.
It's not us.
It's
just
the car and the camper. Bear Grylls. I really respect that guy. He's always been an inspiration. When we travelled to Australia, did a lot of remote stuff through the Kimberleys and travelling up there, and I had a Bear Grylls survival guide book, and we lived out of that thing. We're always trying little tricks he showed us, and it had a little saying.
Not all of them.
Not all of them, no, but no, we weren't eating too many crazy things. But this camper called Grizzly, we're like, Grizzly Bear, Grizzly and Bear. All right, that's the name.
Meeting the people and a different culture is one of the most important part of the journey.
Overall, people are extremely welcoming and incredibly nice. You better be careful because I talk a lot. It's definitely
Well, on that, how do you guys go living together so closely and just spending all your time together for so long?
You better answer that one. How do you deal with me for
Nah, we're doing really
full
good.
time?
Sometimes I put my headphones on and then I go edit.
Number one thing that you would tell someone who's planning on doing a trip like this?
the most important thing behind everything else is to, when you're planning, don't just plan, but set a date and do it. That's your commitment. Your house, rent your house out.
It is cheaper than what people think. Most of the time, the diesel is cheaper, the food is cheaper. We don't have bills. We produce our own electricity. The water is free.
So where to next? Where do you guys go after this?
Tajikistan.
Yeah?
Thank you so much.
No problem. Thank you.
Good luck.